Hi, my name is Michael Riney, and today we're going to be talking about investing in the market at all-time highs. We've been getting this question a lot recently. It feels like the markets are at all-time highs. Should I still be investing in the market? And the reality of it is there's a lot of emotion that's tied behind that, right? Because if you're watching CNBC, you're probably seeing, markets at all-time highs every other day. In reality, we don't know what the market's going to do. No one does. You can watch CNBC and listen to the talking heads or read analyst reports, but in reality, those are just opinions. What we do know, though, is that timing the market is usually a losing game. So what we see in some of our most successful clients is that they try to put things on autopilot, so it takes the emotion out of investing. And the way that they do that is by dollar cost averaging into the market. And so we probably have a lot of people that are dollar cost averaging into the market without even knowing it, right? And mainly through the 401k. So what dollar cost averaging does is it allows you to invest on a certain date, let's say the first of a month, a certain dollar amount every month, right? So rather than, saying, oh, the market's up or down 1 or 2% today, I'm going to try to invest now. It takes that emotion out and just puts things on autopilot, which is really beneficial when we think about investing in the long term. And then talking about the long term and why it's so beneficial to just put things on autopilot is if we go back and look at the S&P 500. The S&P 500 is a great index that tracks essentially how the market's doing. So we can go back to 1920, and over the last 100 years, the S&P 500 has averaged about a 10% rate of return. And within those years, there's been some big ups and some big downs, but on average, it's really replicating that 10% return. And so the main thing that we need to take away from that is it's not about timing the market, it's more about time in the market. And I think a great example of that was, 12 months ago, back in March of 2020, we saw a big dip in the markets. There was so much uncertainty about what was going to happen with the economy and the markets and all that surrounding fear of the pandemic. We got a lot of calls and questions during that time about what people should do. And really, we just told people to stay the course, follow their financial plan, and continue to stay investing and stay invested. And I would say to most people's surprise, the market bounced back really quickly and even ended up being up for the year, right? So that's why it's so important to stay continually invested in the market and try not to time the market. And it really circles back to what your goals are, right? Because if you can focus on your goals in the long term of investing and take that emotion out of it, again, that's where we see the most of our clients be successful. So if you guys have any questions, please reach out to myself or anyone at Wealthquest, and we'd be happy to facilitate a conversation.